Hey, I wanted to share my planner that I've finished for the school year. This is the front. It has the Charlotte Mason quote. Education is an atmosphere, a discipline, and a life. And the back cover looks like this, and it has her other quote. Never be within doors when you can rightly be without. I had it spiral bound at a local office supply store for, I don't know, it was under $4 to have that done. So then when you open it, I've got the cover's laminated and one of the boys' drawings is underneath. And it's a perfect spot to store sticky notes with these are all my ideas from a planning meeting I was at for field trips and stuff for the upcoming year. Over here, I haven't filled it in yet, but it is the spot for goals and vision for this year. And I will fill that out shortly. And then I have an overall calendar for this next year, school year. And here would be the major events and holidays and stuff running down there. And then we have a quote. And then it starts into a calendar. And I could not find a layout I like, so I decided I would just make one. And in making one, it was easier to just make one where I filled in the dates myself. And so that runs all the way, through. And then we have a page to count your blessings, write down all the things thankful for. And this has been very helpful to have a spot for recipes that I'm good at, just easy dinners so I can, have something quick and easy to grab. This one here, questions for each season, all of these printables are on my blog, but this has been just something very useful to plan out the upcoming year. I've done it for, I don't know how many years I've done this for now, but I just sit down and work out each of these questions and what the upcoming season is going to look like for our family. And there's a few sheets of that. And then I've got menu planning. Got that laid out. And then it is just some blank paper. I love dotted paper like this. And so I made a whole bunch of that. I've got the little box up here so I can label it, and then it's just blank on the back, or it's just dotted on the back. Then, as we move on, I have each child has their own sheet, and I've got their strengths and their weaknesses and a prayer, something to fill out for each boy, and more blank paper. All right, and then this year we are very much following the Ambleside online calendar schedule, and so I have printed that off. I'm making a few changes, still working on getting that done, but I printed off their calendar, their schedule. This is for year 3, which will be Wesley, and then we're doing year 4 as well. And so that is in here, and following that I have this sheet that runs down each of their subjects all the way down the side, and then the days of the week, and I have printed one for each week. And so I have this as term 1, and term 1 is 12 weeks long. So then I have 12 of these printed, and then, well, 6 because they're back and forth, but there's 12 of them. And then when I get to the next spot, then it is term 2, and then there are 12 more, if that makes sense. And so I will just fill out the specifics for these for each week as to what they're to do and which day they're to do it on. And I will use this and the few extra little things I'm adding in to help me plan that out each week. And my idea is that it will run very smoothly, but we shall see, because nothing ever goes as smoothly as we think it will. All right, so then this is just, all right, and then Judah's is here too. And all of that is that kind of a planning. From there, I have my terms broken down and a spot for me to plan the habit, composer, artist, poet, or hymn, handicraft, read aloud, and nature study. Just another spot to get all of the ideas down on paper. Then I have for our habits, just how I'm going to define it, the copy and memory work that we're going to work on to go along with it, and any games and activities and any special notes that I have for us. Habit training has been an excellent focus, and I've written about it more on my blog. All right, so from there, this planner moves into the hymns that we are studying. Or learning. I have all of our hymns laid out. Just grab them on the web. And then we're going to be working on memorizing a few chapters. So I have our chapters are in here, and then I found this very useful list of Charlotte Mason's ideas of what a child should know at the age of 6 and what a child should know at the age of 12. And then, because I love having all sorts of papers to jot ideas down, I did another big section of papers, again, the dotted stuff, because I just love it. And I have, whoops, sorry, it's sticking. I have our state stuff standards that we are doing and working on there. And then here I have, Ambleside Online has a list of all the books from year 0 to year 12. And I have, I've done this for years now, where I've printed out and I keep a copy of it. This is the first year I've actually put it in my book. But I plan on doing this every year. Just, I'll add the new list. I'll add the list again to my book and just go through it all over again, just to remind myself what I already own and what I need to be looking for. And I just, as I get a book that's on the AO list, I just I highlight it and mark that I have it. And so it's been a great resource for me, very useful for me to have this. And I have a shelf where I keep all of the Ambleside Online books, either the ones we're actively using or the ones we will be using in the near future. Okay, so from there, my book has maps. These are the ones we use for tracing and such. The boys have actually, I've never had them in my book before. It's a new feature this year, so that I don't lose them, because sometimes they say they can't find it. But they just, they make maps from this. This is how our map works. And then it might be, oh, one second. This is my final page. It's just ideas of places to go explore and field trips and things like that, because I often think of something and then have nowhere to put it. So I thought, putting it on this, then I can move it over to a calendar at some point. And then this is my final page. I love having my covers laminated. I design the work and then print them and laminate them myself, just because I have a laminator, and then take it in to be bound. But laminating it makes it a lot more sturdy. Oh, also, another thing, these pages, I print on the heavier pages. I think it stands up better. A friend pointed that out a few years ago, and so that's what I do. All right, so that is my planner for 2016-2017 school year.